And just for your information, we are also using the beta version. So that's not the version 8.5. That's actually the version 9.0 with a bunch of changes. But to be honest, I haven't taken a look into the changelog yet. So it's going to be like a learning by doing kind of thing. We will hopefully be able to discover the changes by experimenting them with our own eyes, okay? We have the red Isengard player Maru versus the blue Dwarven player Eternal on the right side. We have cave beds opening, Creepane opening. He's waiting with them for now and he's going to be scouting to see the opening. The opening is going to be 2 mineshafts into Hall of Warriors. On the other side we see 3 furnaces and potentially a Uruk pit right after. Is this the first round? They need to win once or 2 best of 3. I mean, normally the format is best of 3, but these 2 people actually agreed that they gotta play until one of them is able to win 2 games in a row.
These are Urukai. Their armor is thick and their shields broad.
Their shields broad. Yeah, I heard about Balindru. He's kind of busy right now because his daddy has corona. So he gotta do a lot of work for his parents and he cannot come to the PC that often. And as you guys know, Balindru is in a relationship now and he's simping, you know what I'm saying? Like he gotta spend lots of time with his girlfriend. Okay, Warp Pit opening into the Warp packs. And we have the mighty guardians of the Dwarven faction. What is the plan? Is it gonna creep eventually, this lair? I don't know what they changed about the Isengard faction and or Dwarven faction, but I can tell you that the Warp packs, they don't normally stand a chance against the Guardians in a one-on-one situation. The Guardians are gonna smash them. Wow, Balindru cheating on me. Yeah, not only on you, my friend. Okay. Expanding.
M8 Zip is a loser.
Who's this? Balsimpru. Yeah, it's gonna be his new nickname, Balsimpru. So Warp packs are leading to the bottom side. I mean, Westworld is actually a good, you know, great map for the Dwarven faction, because what is the weakness of dwarves? It's the lack of movement speed, lack of mobility. But on a map like this, when you have like a great macro, you can kinda avoid your own weakness by building multiple offensive mineshafts. It's gonna be the first push already with 1 pikeman and 1 guardian. That's a very solid first push, which can pretty much not be countered, right? What can you do against that? The Warp packs can't approach them. They have a counter to pretty much everything. They deal crazy amount of damage to the buildings too. And it looks like the Isengard player Maru gotta give up many of the structures. Now the question is, can he deal some damage in return? Because the Warp packs, they have not the craziest, highest DPS in the universe. They will definitely need some more time to take down the mineshaft. Which, oh, that's a bad commitment. Like, he will sacrifice lots of the Warp packs and he will still end up losing the furnace, by the way. There is no chance he can save this one. In my book, that's a very good start. Since the Creepane was used kinda for scouting at the beginning of the game, it was not up yet until now, you see? I mean, he just used it after losing 2 furnaces. Which is kinda meh. Oh, they have a new animation, do you see this? That's a new animation for the Howl ability. That was not looking like this before. Interesting. 1 power point in the bank. BFME 1, please. Don't worry, my friend, I got you. You will definitely make some more. The problem is, I actually wanted to host this the same tournament also for BFME 1 and BFME 2 at the same time. But as eventually a couple of you guys know, I have a son now, and I don't have too much free time, unfortunately. And I didn't know about how much time this is gonna actually take, and I was kind of afraid that I don't have that much time to kind of host this same tournament for BFME 1 and BFME 2 at the same time frequently. I cannot afford this, but it's gonna be I like this animation, by the way. This is looking pretty nice. Kind of like a little bit glitchy, because you can see this red glow behind them as they are running. But it's something new. I like that. Hey man, Son Goku, glad to see you around. Thanks for tuning in. True, long time no see. Okay. Crossbowmen are doing a good job against the Guardians, dealing a lot of damage before they can reach out to you. 400 command points for Isengard and 600 command points for Dwarves. So, I think one of the changes they've implemented into the new beta is that you can make money a bit faster now, which hopefully will make more room for different strategies. Like, I would personally like to see a bit more hero action in the game, which I believe was kind of lacking in Rise of the Witch King quite a lot. Like, you have seen almost every single faction, in every single situation, in every single matchup, they would just spam units all the time, you know? I would love to see a bit more hero action. Dominic, thanks for the primers for 12 months, my dude. Appreciate it, it really means a lot. Thank you, my good sir.
Dominii_K just resubscribed for 12 months. Ahoy.
The war packs. Oh my goodness, Tufan 1907, my brother, welcome. Thank you so much, Tufan, for 7 months, dude. Means a lot.
2Funds1907 just resubscribed for 7 months. Ahoy. Holy moly digger.
Holy moly, my friends. Thank you. And also Frodo Bablik, thanks for the 8 months. 9 months, sorry. Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Fraude Public just resubscribed for 9 months. Ahoy. Much love for you and this best game in the entire world. Is there a way to purchase RotWK HD edition? Funds1907 just gifted 10 subs. What a pirate.
Thank you, Tufan, for the 10 gifted subs. And to your question, Frodo Public, I don't think they will release the Rise of the Witch King HD edition anytime soon because it's not finished. And the person who sent it to me maybe 2 years ago actually told me that I cannot send it to anybody else. But what you can do, if you want to, you can actually use the BFME 2 HD edition, which you can easily find and download from Google, and make it work for your Rise of the Witch King. The only difference would be that you would have like Angmar units missing. That's pretty much it. But if that's okay for you, you can easily, I think I made even a video about that one on YouTube. And you can download BFME 2 HD edition and use it for your Rise of the Witch King, and you will have all these skins available also for you, for yourself. And Tufan, once again, thanks for the 10 gifted. Guys, sorry for the inactivity in the last weeks and actually even months. The last few months actually was kind of quite busy for me, and during the end time of the pregnancy from my wife, it was a kind of rough time because she couldn't do much stuff anymore, so I had to help out a lot, you know, and I still gotta help out because, you know, my son is now born since like almost 3 weeks, but requires lots of energy from my wife, and we have also a daughter I gotta take care of, so time is kind of like a luxus for me right now, but I'm trying my best actually to be a bit more around, especially now. And that's why we are hosting this tournament, to have a bit more fun. It's been a long time, you know? But, you know, the boy is so sweet. I'm so lucky, dude. I have a daughter now, I have a son, you know? That's all I wanted in my entire life. And so lucky, dude. I'm happy. Thank you guys, appreciate it. And actually, Maru is gonna call it GG. What a dominance performance from Eternal in the very first game. And Dwarves, nothing can stand as tall as Dwarves. GG well played by Eternal. The first game. Over. BFME HD into Rise of the Witch King doesn't have some troop appearances. Most of them do have. But again, Angmar is missing completely. They are not working on the Rise of the Witch King HD edition anymore, because that's the same team who actually is making the Age of the Ring mod. So they are actually working on Age of the Ring. They stopped working on the HD edition because they want you guys to play Age of the Ring if you want to have this good looking textures, you know? So at least that was the standing 2 years ago. The guy told me that they won't finish this and they won't release this either. Hold on. Score. Okay, 1-0 for Eternal. Come on. And whoever was betting on Eternal in the first game will get some points, of course. Let me give you guys some points. Choose outcome. Eternal, the winner. There we go. And now you can bet for the game number 2, okay? For 2 minutes. Again, the format is pretty simple. Now we're gonna be on the same map, but the other way around. You see, Maru is now picking Dwarves, and Eternal is picking Isengard. Where is Eisengasm when we need him? When there is Isengard in action for 2 times in a row. Okay, Eternal needs a second, no problemo. Hey, STK Captains, welcome. What's up? Normally it was best of 3 quarterfinals, best of 3, but they agreed that they will keep playing until somebody is able to win both ways. Like, the idea of this format is that we get to see the matchup twice on the same map. They will swap the factions in the spot, and they want to keep playing until one of them is able to win the matchup in both ways. So that might be in 3 games, it might be in 10 games, I don't know. And a quick question to you guys in the chat. Would you guys want to have like a music in the background, or would you say, nah, without music it's better? You guys let me know. Because without music it kind of feels awkward, you know? the silence behind, I don't know, feels a little bit cringe. Okay, the same matchup. The other way around, they have also swapped the faction, the spots, as you can see. The game number 2. A rocky, lightly wooded land in the western region of Rohan. We have the red dwarven player Maru versus the blue Isengard player Eternal, who had a phenomenal opening into the game number 1. And let's see if we can actually show on the dominance also in the game number 2 against Maru from Russia. And this is not only this is not gonna be the first series of games we're gonna have today. We have actually way more scheduled. Right after this one, we're gonna jump into the games between Mesherofax and Mrs. Mock, and later on hopefully between Abehave and his opponent Andy. That's a early Barracks opening, unlike Eternal's opening. So we have a mineshaft into the Hall of Warriors. On the other side we see 3 furnaces into the Uruk pit. So you see that's already a difference because in the previous game Maru was actually opening with the Work pit, which in my opinion was kind of not working out very well for Maru, because the Work packs, they just don't have the power to contest the enemy guardians. They don't have a chance against them. Is it Tony you spoke about yesterday? Yes, sir. Yes, my friends. Music for sure. Okay, I will put some music in the upcoming game. The problem is finding good Lord of the Rings music, which is kind of not copyrighted, is kind of tough, you know. The opening into the pikemen. Now Uruks, sorry, Uruks. That's a very questionable move. I genuinely, personally don't like it when you just send one guardian forward. I don't think you can achieve too much with them. I mean, you can still be destructive. He will demolish this to get most of the money back, and also to deny experience, of course, in power points. Very important in this game. Power points have a crazy amount of impact later on. And Isengard has actually War Chant, not Kribane, so he will actually make those Uruks stronger. Now we have a 1v1 situation, but I believe the Uruks are a bit stronger in those kind of situations. The problem here for the Dwarves is they don't have a chance to disengage. They are just way too sloppy, extremely slow. You cannot run away with them. That's not possible. You saw that new tutorial or trailer on Rings of Power? Yeah, I have seen it. I don't know. I mean, the animations and, to be honest, the graphics are actually looking promising. But for me, in a series, that's not the most important thing. The cast is not that important either. For me, it's important the topic and the story behind it, you know? And I cannot tell anything about it yet. I will definitely give it a shot. It will be released, what, in 2 months from now? So we are really close to the Rings of Power series, and obviously, you know, the most expensive series of the world. So we have high expectations. Let's see. The in-game music is definitely copyrighted. It's definitely copyrighted. Oh, Isengard stole 2 parts of the money too. That's very unfortunate. He got the last hit on the layer 2. Look, that's the reason why they get not level 2, you know. Eternal is on fire today, boys. This guy is actually on fire. The Uruk pit, number 2. Why would you go for the Work pit if you can go for the Uruk pit? The Guardians are kind of beefy. Crossbowmen, they don't deal too much damage to them, and they might be able to take it down. The Furnace. That's one of the things I personally like to watch the most. When you play against dwarves, what you can do is you can build those offensive furnaces or whatever resource building your faction has. Because, you know, watch what's happening during this time. Maru, the dwarven player, is most of the time trying to attack this area of the map all the time, right? And he was never at the bottom left, never at the top right. I mean, he has here one mine shaft, but like you can expand around this side, you know what I'm saying? You can expand here, for example. Like that's a huge map which requires lots of macro, and that's the reason why you have more room for more map control without having to build those kind of risky furnaces around your own fortress and keep losing them over and over again. You can get so rich and have more command points when you build them a bit more offensively. I don't expect much from the series. I mean, that's also like a when you lower your expectations, it's even better in my opinion, because then there is a lower chance of you getting disappointed. Like I believe that's the main premise or main problem from the core Lord of the Rings fans, because they have like crazy high expectations, and I believe they are very pessimistic too. Like I personally, I'm not judging a project without having to get to see it. I don't know how it's gonna be, you know, we didn't see much yet. We cannot decide yet if it's gonna be a mess or if it's gonna be a success. We don't know. How can we know that? Unless one of you guys actually got a early access to like 5 episodes of the series, then you don't know either, you know. I feel like we should be kind of happy because they are still doing something for the Lord of the Rings, and for us even it's a win-win situation in my opinion, because it might draw a bit more attention to the Lord of the Rings games, including Battle for Middle-earth. You know, eventually we might be able to get more people playing Battle for Middle-earth games, and in the best case scenario we might be getting some companies being interested in making more Lord of the Rings games. For example, Battle for Middle-earth 3, you know. A man can still dream. I mean, this game is looking much better for Isengard than the previous one, but it's still, dwarves have still kind of the control of this game, in my opinion. Battle Wagon now, we have archery range for the extroverts. It's gonna be like a solid mix of units, and remember the dwarven faction can easily get leadership, can easily get sustain. And that's gonna force Isengard to recruit multiple pikemen to counter the enemy battle wagon. The thing is, you can use the battle wagon as like a walking statue, right? You can place him behind your extroverts in a safe spot. Use the whole ground stance, that means he won't engage by himself at all. And you can keep providing leadership and more DPS and armor to your units. I mean, Isengard can shut this down with the Creepane, but Creepane is not always active. We have 7 power points almost against 5, so dwarves have the chance to go for either rebuild or heal. Rebuild is pretty good when you want to go later on for the dwarven riches. So when your eco is kind of meh, you know, you can pick up the rebuild and then collect 10 power points on top of that and get yourself the dwarven riches. But most of the time we see people skipping this and go for the Hobbit summon. Oh, hello darkness, my old friend. The builder has been sniped. BFME 3, yes sir. I have seen Galadriel in the trailer, in the teaser. I don't know. I like this war packs though. I like the animation. Make sure of X into the raid, appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome. Rohirrim! Theoden King stands alone. Not alone. Oh, the battle wagon is looking for opportunity, but there are too many pikemen. Look this. Oh, you don't want to stay on this fire though. It's very risky. You don't want to do this. Nice micro here from Maru, but is this gonna be nice enough? I don't know. Actually, Eternal is popping off, man. You play after? Yes, sir. You're gonna play afterwards. Versus Mr. Smug. May Shadowfax win against Mr. Smug? Or may he not Shadowfax? 550 command points versus 575. And Isengard went for the Vestition, which is a great money boost. He also went for the level 2 Uruk Pit for the Berserkers. Also units we don't get to see very often. So far in this specific matchup, I don't see a huge differential between this version and the normal 8.5 version. It's, you know, pretty much the same playoff. Like, I believe this matchup was playing exactly the same way also in the version 8.5. And we have the first hero, who is going to be Lords, the fighting Urukai. I see your point, but would bet the show would be a disaster. I mean, if it would be if it will be a disaster, then we can blame it and flame it. You know what I'm saying? I just believe that maybe we are a little bit too fast when it comes to flame something. Like the first teaser, I 100% agree with you. It was looking like nothing. For me, it was looking like Narnia. Like it wouldn't have any similarities with the Lord of the Rings. The last trailer they've released looking already much better versus the first trailer. But again, the trailer can be misleading, you know, it doesn't give us, it doesn't provide enough information for us to judge the show yet. So I will give it a shot, I will take a look into it, and if it's gonna be bad, I'm gonna say it's bad, you know, but then I've seen it. Berserker diving in, ooh, look at him, boys, take this. Okay, never mind, never mind, Hobbits. Frodo Baggins, Samwise Gamgee, Peregrine took. Yeah, you better run, Uruks. They are bringing the hobbits to Isengard. Actually, dwarves are kind of doing good now, but still, 675 command points for Isengard. Isengard's eco later on is unmatched, you know? Like, that's the one thing. So basically, what happened now in this situation, yes, dwarves actually went for the hobbit summon, which is, at this point of the game, very strong, but it's like a long cooldown additional summon. What Isengard did, he went for the eco boost. So he didn't go for the White Man of Alien summon, for example, he actually went for the Devastation, which will reload eventually very soon, and he will, in long terms, this is gonna pay off way more than the Hobbits. Because Isengard units are expensive, but now he has double Uruk Pit, he has a Warg Pit, eventually level 2 upgrade coming, he has almost 2000 in the bank. So the longer the game goes on, the sooner Isengard will unlock also something like the Fuel the Fires, and then build lumber mills, you know, get super rich. And then you will always be able to outspam your opponent in every single situation. Dwarves cannot keep up with the eco. 550 command points, no heroes at all. I mean, at this point of the game, it's gonna be kind of risky too. Even when you go for a hero, oh, what is he doing? Oh, that's not worth it, man. He's gonna lose it, right? I mean, even if he... One more hit, Lords! I mean, the problem is, even if you go for a hero now, regardless which hero it is, it can be King Brand, you know, King Dean, I don't know, Gimli even, or King, say it, Gloin, but there is Lords, who's almost level 4. He will have cripple, he will cripple you, and he will take you down. Oh, the Battle Wagon has been found and taken down. That's so much money he's losing too. Level 3 mineshaft, that's very important to be saved, to be kept alive. And Isengard is assembling. He's grouping up, and he has even Uruk Deathbringers. I like this. Uruk Deathbringers. And by the way, MeShiroFX and everybody else who's playing, please make sure to download the beta version. We are actually playing on beta, which is the upcoming version, the patch 2.02 version 9.0. You can download that in Discord. So, you know, we're gonna obviously play on beta. So make sure when you are doing nothing else right now to please update. 8 power points versus 5. Heal. What is the Lords doing? He's kind of running it down a little bit, taking way too much damage, but those extra overs, they don't even hurt him, to be honest with you. You need pikemen. Like, in this game, I believe like pikemen are just crazy strong, you know? They counter literally almost everything. They can even take down heroes in a few seconds. He's trying to take care of these Deathbringers. They are level 2 now. Hold on a second. Didn't they have like an ability, guys? Hello? Oh, but I cannot see it. I was like, what? I don't see their ability. What the heck? I cannot... Do you see this, guys? I cannot see this. It's like black for me. Okay, the furnace level 2 has been taken down. That's good. Devastation is almost back up. 675 command points for Eternal. And 750 for Dwarfs, Maru. Maru has 7 power points after the Hobbits and 9 power points after the Devastation. Lourdes is, you know, full HP, he doesn't need to be scared. But the army doesn't have too much firepower. There is only like a crossbowman who is not gonna be enough to take down these units anytime soon. And Creebane is gonna be gone very soon too, right? There is no more debuff. And after the Creebane, this army will have leadership, unlike this army. But also this army is very close to have leadership. Lourdes needs only one more level to unlock the level 5 leadership. Okay, the battle wagon cannot really approach. Lourdes can keep shooting him all the time, but be careful, be careful, be careful. If they touch you one time, then just stay close. Just stay close to your extra boys. That's all you gotta do. The Deathbringers are quite tanky. It will take you a lot of time to actually take them down. Very smart move from Eternal. I think Lourdes should just keep shooting this battle wagon all the time. And also this is a very smart move, making sure that he cannot bring any more reinforcements anytime soon. What is happening in the meantime on the other side of the map? Beautiful trample into the backline, going for the banners once again. There is a war pack chilling, doing nothing, taking a break from the feasting. 14 power points and 11. So kind of back and forth game. I think everything is still possible. The question is gonna be, what is gonna be the choice of Isengard with 15 power points? It's gonna be definitely Field of Fires. So he's going for the eco boost. But that also means he needs to now build multiple Lammermirs to get enough value from this one. And the 15 from Dwarves can actually be more devastating in terms of destruction power, because he can go for the barrage, right? Barrage can mess him up big time and eventually lead you to kill this level 3 furnace, eventually even the Uruk pit right after, and give you even a chance to commit against the fortress. So he needs 3 power points for that. Hobbit summon is almost available. Isengard's eco, look, trust me on that one, guys, is gonna be kind of crazy. Look at the burst damage from this Deathbringers. They're hitting like an absolute truck, and he has so many of them. He has 2 of them. I think you are limited to 3. Uruk pit level 3 is behind. He has 3. I don't see the 3rd one though. There is the 3rd one. And look how much pressure they are causing on the Dwarven player. Like, the Dwarven player cannot easily take them down, you know, they are not very squishy, they are kind of tanky. And I like that, because normally you don't get the chance to see them. And I'm happy that Eternal actually recruiting them. Because, oh, he has even Saruman, dude. I'm telling you, later on, Isengard's eco is boom chakalaka, you understand? Like, they are so rich. Oh, boobs out on your face. Let's go, Saruman, the great wizard of Middle-earth. The battle wagon is ramming the furnace level 2, but doesn't deal too much damage to it. He will eventually be able to take it out tomorrow, but I think the ballista, the Saruman, with the staff hit, level 2, fireball unlocked. And I believe that's a very sweet power spike for the wizard, because the fireball is like a semi-range ability, which you can always use every single time and get levels with it. The second you get level 6 Thunderbolt, like the rotation of these 3 spells easily gives you lots of power points and experience points, and even levels on Saruman to get him to level 10 eventually, to steal the enemy army and make them fight for you. Permanently, by the way. Shanks is back on the menu. Yes, sir. Welcome, my friend Phalanx. Glad to see you around. The first time I see you online, I'm a huge fan from Borough Island. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Doctor, thank you for tuning in. And thanks a lot for your first message in the chat. Thank you, good sir. 10 power points in the bank and 2 power points. He went actually for the rebuild and then Dwarven Riches. Like, you want to make stuff happen to match with the eco, but I think you can't. At this point, facing the raw power of Isengard is going to be nearly impossible, because not only he has the elite units, the Deathbringers on the field, but also the 2 best heroes. Now, this is an anti-hero. He can counter every hero you will get on the field, including King Dane. Like, King Dane, generally speaking, is like a strong hero. Low-key, he might be the best sportive hero in the entire game, but I think he doesn't stand a chance. He will die. Like, you cannot keep him alive, you know? Got a full level. The Stubborn Pride doesn't really do much. Look at this level 5, dude. Holy guacamole, this guy doesn't want to die. What is this? What is this damage? What is this tankiness? Let's go. The Uruk Deathbringer. He brings death upon you. And Isengard is assembling. Follow me. I know the way. Level 5 leadership. You have leadership. You have Destruction Wizard. You have debuff. You have a buff on top of that. 16 power points. Let me... hot. Fireball, you know, the builder is getting fired, literally. Alright, Fiesta is happening, and that's what I missed the most, you know, the Fiesta actions in the schemes. 9 power points away from the potential dragon, the summon dragon. And power point wise, Dwarves are not even close to the 15 power point yet. And now we will have the situation I was talking about. I don't think King Zane can survive this anytime. Where is Lords? Just cripple him and he cannot move. Like, that's what I'm talking about. What is the counterplay to that? Like, you can heal all you want, but Lords, there are too many berserkers, too much distraction. In Lords, the hero slayer is gonna get level 6 after killing the king of the Dwarven faction, and GG is gonna be called from Maru because it's checkmate if you lose your king like that. And 2-0 situation.